So in the last video, what I was showing is how to randomize the order of a bunch of records or how to use the random function in Airtable. This video, I'm going to be showing how to bulk update a lot of records all at once. I'm going to be using ChatGPT and an automation script to be able to do this because I want all of this to happen instantly or rather instantly. So if you're interested, stick around. I'm going to be jumping into ChatGPT pretty much immediately here. So let's see if we can talk to it. Okay, I want a new script to take all of the values on this deck table and paste them from the proper order field into the order field, period. We'll see if it does that. So what you want to tell the script to do is basically, we're talking here. We want to come in here and we want to tell it to get all of the records in the order field as well, or in the deck table. I want this to apply to all of the records in the deck table, period. There may be more than 50 records in the deck table. In fact, there are at least 52 at all times, period. Loop through them, ideally in batches of 50, period. So just one note, there's an Airtable limitation where you can only, I think it's like called batch max or something. You can only, I believe, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, you can only update 50 records at a time. So let's see if this does what we want. So we're going to copy this script, blindly trust it. I'm going to come down here to shuffle request. Actually, just one quick note. Shuffle request, normalize order. We're going to add another little option in here for the shuffle request, just so we can have a little step in our automation step. So you need some trigger. So something needs to happen that makes you want to like update a ton of records all at once. So that's your trigger. And then you need an automation step. I'm going to add a little bit of conditional logic to say I only want this to run if somebody has said the shuffle request is to normalize the order. Once you take that script, and you would have clicked copy in this from ChatGPT, you come in here and you say run script, and you say paste. I usually look to see if it wants me to do any input configs. I'm also going to take this because this is not a function. Output markdown, as we learned in the last video, is not a function. And let's see what happens if I click test. So actually, just real quick, it's going to fill in the order field with the proper order. So let's see if this normalizes the order. Sweet. So it looks like it did. And that's perfect. So previously what I had in here was I had this proper order right here. And that's what I want it to take all the values in that and paste it to the other one. If you have a different kind of workflow, maybe you want it always to be the same value, I would just tell ChatGPT that. Sometimes you do have to be very specific as saying ChatGPT, this is like the field type of this field. So you have to kind of understand, are you working with numbers? Are you working with text? Are you working with arrays? Are you working with dates? Are you working with drop downs? Because that can kind of impact the way that ChatGPT will write the script to be able to do these bulk actions. But that's kind of just how you take all of these values in this case. And you'll notice it should have looped through those twice because there's 52 records. And we have no errors. So that's how you do it. And it happens pretty much immediately. I am going to show the rest of my automation build on this just to show you why I'm using these conditional steps. So let's say I want to add another condition and say if the person just wants to randomize the order. Notice this quit working this week. I think Airtable's pushing a lot of updates. So here, if I go run script, paste that script that I had before, and let's delete it out of here. Click update. What I really want to happen, and now this kind of makes sense, submit shuffle request. We'll have randomized order and normalized order. And we'll click publish. So when somebody comes and clicks shuffle request, it should default to randomized order. They submit that, automatically randomizes the order. They do a shuffle request and they say normalize the order. it should normalize it for them. So my last thing here, got a little click happy there. We're going to default the value back to randomize order. So if you want to learn how to use the random function in Airtable, you can click the video at the end screen once we finish this video. But the idea with this is you can just keep clicking shuffle request, randomize order, and it's going to keep randomizing the order. So you see it's randomizing in the background and then bam, normalized in the right order. So hopefully this was pretty cool. If you want to learn how to use that random function in Airtable, click the video here in the end screen. Also search my page if you want to see how I created these Airtable flagship LA event poker deck or deck of cards. Search my channel and you'll see how I create images in Airtable. Thank you. I'll see you in the next one.